Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're out in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room.
Well, what show is this?
It's Gonzo'S Wrestling Room. I don't know what I'm doing. I messed the intro up twice, so I wasn't even going to try to fix it again. So, welcome to the show Monday night, April 29th, 2024. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh Lord!
Meant to start the countdown. I played the wrong intro. Started the countdown, then played the wrong intro again.
Oh Lord! See what I got put up with, Marcus.
Oh, I know what you got to put up with.
Okay, let's get this going since we're about 25 minutes late.
Hey, that's not all my fault.
Not all your fault. But at least 6 minutes of it is. Try to make it 9. Okay, let's get started. We'll start off with the independent wrestling report. Oh Lord, Marcus, we'll let you go first.
All right. I want to start with results from Warrior Pro Wrestling. These are courtesy of our good buddy Warren Misery, who was in the attendance yesterday. He wrote down here that
Misery.
Too Loud Timmy Jackson did a video relinquishing his duties as a GM and appointing the new GM as Kate Parrish. So Kate Parrish is now the new GM of Warrior Pro Wrestling. Cecil Cerveza defeated T.Y. Ice, and Cecil then got a shot at Jared Kripke for the vacated WPW Warrior Pride belt. Brody Bodkins squashed Joe Jiu-Jitsu. Warren's favorite match of the night was Jake Carter and IK3 defeated D-Buck Sexton and Jeremy Hagley. I bet that was good. And then Jared Kripke defeated Cecil Cerveza to become the new Warrior Pride champion. Ruthless Domination successfully defended their titles against Tyler Scott and Thomas Keith. And then Jesse Winchester defeated JB to retain his WPW championship. I guess Buck Sexton then slid some knuckles to Jesse to help for the win. So thank you, Warren Misery, for those results from yesterday. Okay, I was in Kokomo. No, I was not. I was in Sharpsville, the new home of AACW. Beautiful venue, beautiful vintage old school venue. Can't wait to, I know it'll be a while before you guys can get over there from other schedules, but that's a beautiful venue. You guys will be impressed by that place. So,
cool.
Okay, groundbreaking. The rebirth of AACW, that's what we'll name it. Hobo Jones defeated Jake Elliott. Hobo Jones was a guy sitting outside with a cardboard box stating he will wrestle for food. Jake Elliott came in there after they introduced the new GM for AACW, which is Justin Terrell, and demanded a match. So they brought Hobo Jones in, and he defeated Jake Elliott and won a hot dog and a Coke. And then he went back outside. So
cool. At least he got a meal.
He wrestled for food. Blake Money Wright defeated IK3 in a match, as you can only imagine. Very well done. Hoss Huxley defeated the Cake Monster. Bobo Brazil Jr. defeated Justin Danger via DQ because Cold X got involved to retain the U.S. title. Was you getting ready to say something?
I'm sure Mike King was happy that Cake Monster got beat.
Jackson Morgan and Phoenix defeated CFR and Zane West. Cody Lee defeated Will the Thrill. New tag team champions, Hank Calhoun and Mike King. Drop Dead Sexy defeated Rooster of the Dirty Birds in a handicap match, per se, because Rooster's Goose didn't show up. So, new tag team champions.
Rooster's Goose. Good way to put it. Rooster's Goose didn't show up.
Zay Gates defeated Cruiser the Bullfrog, and probably one of Cruiser the Bullfrog's best matches I've seen. I even told him that. He did very well. In the match of the night, for me, one of them, Congo Kong defeated Idle Hines in the Battle of the Big Men, and boy, was that great. Very well done. And then in the main event, Johnny Crisis defeated Christian Cash and Travis Southern to become the new AACW Heavyweight Champion in a very well done match. So we congratulate Johnny Crisis, and we congratulate Hank and Mike on their title wins.
Sounds like a great show.
So then I also have a thing we want to send out our prayers for well wishes as Tanner Kelly got hurt during training on Saturday. I seen it happen. I won't go into detail. If he wants people to know what happened, I'll let him tell it. But they did take him to the hospital. 16 stitches, 20 shots. He boogered himself up pretty good.
Yeah.
And I watched it when it happened, and it was pretty gruesome. So
he was on our afternoon show, our sports betting show. He got on with us for a little bit, and we wished him well and hope he was doing better.
Yeah. Well, since he's got such small legs, looks like he's been bit by a shark because not very big, but it's pretty. Did you see the picture of his leg?
Yeah, I seen it.
Oh, it's pretty gnarly. Is that a word? That's what the kids use these days.
Yep, gnarly. Yep,
gnarly.
I think I was big in the 90s, wasn't it?
There's Warren. Thank you for the results, Warren. We already gave you credit if you didn't hear it, and if you didn't, then you go back and watch it. So
he might still be on the intro.
Yeah. Yeah, he was there for it.
See, look, that's what we were doing. Like Glenn said, keeping you on the edge of your seat.
That's true.
Make sure you're paying attention.
That's true. Yeah, then I was wondering if I was going to be commentating the Pacers game yesterday, and I had no idea what went on with that. So I didn't know what sport you was throwing me into there, Chris. But
hey, Billy Buzz.
What's up, Billy Buzz? Yeah, did you see the picture of Kelly with her buddies?
Yep.
Tormenting Deborah, Bo's wife. You didn't see that part, but Bo's wife's who they're tormenting.
Okay.
Kelly Hank and Mike King.
Okay.
So, yep, great night in Sharpsville. And I'm sure I can tell this, but they set the second highest attendance record for that building. And they already booked 2025. And I don't know what else I'm allowed to say, so I'm not going to. Okay. But if they do what they did yesterday and just get better, yeah, very well done.
Awesome.
All right. Then we went to Greenfield for the FEW Cruiser fundraiser for the Knightstown Police Department. Opening contest saw G.W.R and versus Paul Huberus ended in a no contest when Mitchell Taylor came out with a big briefcase full of money and paid for them to be on his team. So now you got all three of them guys in a group.
Okay.
And then you'll see where this is going. Cordfield Mafia defeated the Move Makers to retain the FEW Tag Championships. And then those three guys that I just mentioned then come out and beat the hell out of Scarecrow, put his leg in a chair, and I think he's out for 5 weeks now. And then the Move Makers came in for the save. Cody Nunn defeated Ashton Adonis, who was substituting for Dylan Bostic for the Mid-Continental title. And then I got something to go off with that here in a minute. Mitchell Taylor defeated Max Sterling. He retained his FEW heavyweight title. Shauna Reed defeated Lexi Green for the vacated ladies title. Those three people I talked about earlier came out that looked like they were trying to recruit Lexi Green, but actually what they were doing was setting her up. Shauna Reed got the roll up, got the pin, and now Shauna Reed is with the three guys up above as a faction. As you got G.W.R, Paul Hubris, the champion Mitchell Taylor, and the ladies champion Shauna Reed, and we don't know where that's going. But Alex Bolton had enough at that point, and since there were police in attendance, he had them take those four right out the front door, so that the main event could be left alone. Main event saw Brandon Day defeat Michael Elgin in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Michael Elgin took fall 1. Brandon Day took falls 2 and 3 in one of the most hard-hittingest matches I think I've ever seen. Fantastic work those guys put in. $1,200. They raised $1,200 when it was all said and done for the Cruiser fundraiser. So it was a good event. We would like to send our prayers and best wishes to Cody Nunn, who got injured in his match, broke his tibia bone, and he went to see a specialist today. I don't know where that's going, but he's going to be out of action for a while too. So, and I've seen that happen as well. A couple pretty rough injuries this weekend. So,
yeah.
So good week for us.
Sound like you've seen 2 great shows.
Yeah, very, very good weekend for us.
Congratulations to both those organizations. We knew that they were going to do well, and they did, so that's great.
Mm-hmm. And Warrior Pro did pretty good too, according to what Warren said. So
yeah, that sounded like a pretty good show. So
it was good to get a sub guy from, because he's been on enough times. He's kind of G.W.R too. So to have somebody else cover another event, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we appreciate that anytime. Me and Chris, we was at PopCon. They're Thursday setting up, and they're for the shows Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 13 shows, 61 matches is what we done. It was
What's your total now?
Huh?
How many matches? How many shows you got now?
Shows, we're at 39 shows.
I got work to do.
You'll catch us.
No, it's a good day. I told you, get out and support them. That's a good day.
Yeah, but we had a lot of fun, seen a lot of great action. Just some of the matches that stood out to me real quick. I really loved the Cecil Cerveza Brody Botkins match. Great match, had a lot of comedy in it, had a lot of physicality. I really loved it. 4-way match with Zay, Brody, and David Light, and Saturn was outstanding.
Cameron
Saturn, yeah, because there was another Tanner Saturn was there too. Yeah,
that's his brother. Yeah, that's his brother.
Yeah, Cameron Saturn. It was outstanding. Also, Malenko and Jared Kripke put on a great show. Had a real good match between Dex and Zay. It could be up there for match of the year. A match I really enjoyed. Could be up there for match of the year just because of the counters. And it was the Real Brothers. They wrestled each other. The Highlight Real Brothers wrestled each other. And you talk about counters. It was just counter after counter after counter. And it was outstanding. The crowd was really into that match.
Tony, can I interrupt a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cody's wife is on here, said they didn't have any openings for the specialist today. He goes tomorrow.
Well, hope he's feeling better, and definitely prayers out to him.
And also, real quick, Billy, PopCon is it's a lot of they have a lot of actors there, a lot of anime stuff.
Yep. A lot of anime.
They had like escape rooms. It was a variety of a lot of different stuff they had there.
Laser tag room.
Yep.
They had a lot of panels. They had a lot of like TV shows. Like if you was into the show Arrow, I was a big Arrow fan. They had a big a lot of the cast from that was there. A lot of stuff like that, but a lot of anime. More anime than Comic-Con. Comic-Con had a lot of anime, but they'd have a lot of superhero stuff. Wasn't near as much superhero stuff at this one.
But yeah.
And it wasn't as busy, but as Comic-Con. Other matches, Dex and Rachel against the Highlight Reel, and Malenko and Brett Havoc. And then also the show closed, which I like the way they closed the show. You had the 2 veterans, Joey Owens and TJ Powers, taking on Zay Gates and David Light.
Well, it started out
It started out
as TJ and Joey facing off with
Yes.
each other, and then Zay and David Light came out talking about how they were old and everything. So it ended up turning into TJ and Joey teaming up.
Yeah, 7 years experience against about 4 years experience. So, of course, it was a lot of fun. I really liked the way they did that at the end, and I had a great time. I thought they knocked it out of the park again. I thought the Q&As was a nice add to the shows. One thing I definitely wanted to say, last year at Comic-Con, I thought it's when the spotlight really got on a couple of people. Hidari was one of them. The other one was Zay Gates. We'll see if I'm right about this, but I think the spotlight now is going to be on Malenko. I tell you what, man, he put on some fantastic matches. He looks like he's been wrestling for 5 or 6 years. I think he's a guy to watch. Just so impressed with him. I also want to give a shout out to the rookies. One's Mike Noble.
Mhm.
He made his debut Friday night. Didn't see that match, but I did see it on tape. Very good. And then I got to see him 4 or 5 times Saturday. I think 4 on Saturday. Did a great job. All the rookies did a great job. And that's one thing they did. They let people know, who the rookies were. And the crowd was astonished that these guys were, 1 month or 4th match or 6 months or whatever. They were astonished that these guys were out there doing what they were doing. Have a lot of fun watching the fans' reactions, because a lot of these people haven't seen live wrestling before. They may have seen it on TV, but they haven't seen live. And you just see these eyeballs, whether it was a kid or an adult, you see these eyeballs 10 times bigger than normal watching the action and having fun with the show that they're putting on. So again, they just WCWO knocks it out of the park, and again, I think they're the promotion to catch as far as I'm concerned, because they're just doing so many things right now. But Chris, what do you think?
No, I thought it was another great weekend. Kind of like I talked about earlier with WCWO. This never seems to surprise me how they put these shows together. It seems like without even a hitch, and like we're privy to some of the background stuff, so we know like some of the stuff that goes on and stuff.
Tell the story about
well, I will. So it's just funny. Like, I mean, on Friday, of course we went down there Thursday. We got set up, and they were setting up. But we get there Friday, about 45 minutes before the first show on Friday. I'm not exactly sure what was wrong, but they were in the ring, and something was wrong with the ring. They took the ropes off the ring, basically had it down to just took the apron off, had it down just to the steel, and had everything put back together and fixed and ready to go in under 45 minutes when that first show was supposed to start. We still started on time. I mean, and nobody, and they didn't panic. Like, it was just like, hey, this needs done, and everybody jumped on it. And like, even like people that were there at the PopCon had no idea anything was wrong, just because of the way it was handled. So it was just things like that. Is when you got that many moving parts, the way they all work together and seem to, like I said earlier on our other show, it's a big family. Yes. And everybody does their part, and it's fun to be a part of.
Yeah, Marcus is privy to it even more than, maybe more and longer than we are, about the family stuff. I mean, they've got an advantage, and don't get me wrong, there's other wrestling schools, but with Joey having that wrestling school and wrestling every week, every Friday night, putting on a show, and not only that, he's got people that work for him as far as taking rings places and everything. There's so many moving parts, and they are a true family. I mean, there's organizations that say, hey, we're family. They are a true family. And I'm not putting any other organization down. There's some great wrestling organizations here in Indiana, and I'm sure all over the country. But we just happen to be privy to WCWO, and they just do a great job, and they are a family. And I think that's why they do so well.
And to go back on the rookies, just to see these guys, like you said, people didn't know that was Mike Noble's second match with the first time they saw him at PopCon.
No, you can tell it.
I mean, we didn't. He looked like he belonged. Did he make a few mistakes? Yeah, that's gonna happen. But he looked like he belonged, and done some impressive stuff too, and not just him. That Tajon Konge.
Yeah,
that was the first time me personally had seen him live was
I've
this
never seen him.
weekend. I thought he was impressive.
Really impressive.
Malik, to piggyback what you said about Maliko, if I didn't know any better, I'd say he's a 6-7 year veteran in wrestling. I mean, that dude is really impressive, and he every time I see him, he gets better. And then it was also cool to get to see Bret Havoc.
Yep.
Hadn't seen him for a while. Got to see him once earlier this year at a DCCW show, but then I know he don't. I think this might be the first time he's wrestled since then, from what I was hearing. But it was, and I didn't even know he was going to be there either. So that was pretty cool to get to see him, and Maliko put on a heck of a co-main event on that final show.
Yeah. I mean, Maliko beat Kripke this week. He beat like I said, Kripke. He beat Havoc.
Kripke and Maliko. I think you mentioned that match. That was a real good one.
Oh, it was good. Kripke also added something to the con. He knows how to work a crowd, man. He just does a great job. So it was a lot of fun, Marcus. It was really good. It sounded like a really. Plus, I know there was other great shows throughout Indiana. I don't know how many shows was Saturday and Sunday, maybe 10, 11, 12 shows. There were shows all over the place, and I'm sure they were all great. So shout out to all the people out there putting on shows, and hope all the people going to those shows were entertained.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
WCWO Friday night, we was not there, but we want to congratulate David Light, new gunslinger title holder. Maliko, speaking of Maliko, defeated Kenneth James. He is the new territorial champion. And Ruthless Domination defeated Jackson Morgan and Phoenix to become the multi-time tag team champion. So I do know at the dub they had some new faces that came from PopCon, because when I seen the video, I was seen a whole bunch of people on that side over there by the entrance that were not normal people. And when I was talking to Tony, they probably came from PopCon because they were asking questions on how to get over there. And so it's working.
Yeah, they were. I don't know if it was quite a full house, but I know it was pretty close to being a full house if it wasn't a full house.
Probably needs to be
on Friday night, and we didn't stay for all the show at the dub on Friday. We watched a little bit of the show, and then we headed back toward town because we knew we had to be back in the morning. But what we saw of it was good, and we saw the card, so I figured it was going to be a real good show. But yeah, they did. A lot of fans at PopCon asking about like where their building was at and stuff, and even some people that were interested in maybe checking out the training part of it.
Yep. And there's been a lot of people post and say thanks to PopCon and to WCWO. Love the shows. Said they'll be back next year to see the shows. So I think it was a huge success.
And not only that, they got to be. I mean, they were on Fox 59 twice yesterday.
Yes.
On Fox 59 News here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, shout out to Alex and Jericho because they were on Wish TV on Wednesday. So yeah, the wrestling organization was getting on these shows. So
yep. And I didn't think about that too. So that was the third time that WCWO was on TV that week, because they were on like the 7 or 8 o'clock news a couple earlier in the week.
Yeah, they was.
WCWO was, and then you had Alex on the next day, and then WCWO twice this weekend.
Wrestling getting a lot of coverage. That's a good thing. Definitely. Whatever the organization.
And then they were on they were on a podcast that was there at the PopCon. I'm not sure what the name of the podcast was, but they were set up and doing it live, and people could watch and stuff. And Joey and Zay, Dex, I think the twins, Rachel, was all on that show as well. So I mean, they got a lot of exposure over the weekend, and
well, it's well deserved. I mean, Joey took over for his dad, and dad did a lot of hard work, and they've had some bumps in the road, but they've overcome them, and it's well deserved. Joey's hard work and his team. We'll make it, and I'm not going to mention all their name. I'm going to say his team because I don't want to miss anybody's name.
You'll never get everybody in there.
So he's got a huge team and he's got a great team. And Joey would get mad at me if I didn't mention him. So his team, Joey and his team, and he probably want to say his team and then Joey. That's probably what Joey would want to say. Just do a great job, whether it's concessions or ring crew, whatever. They're just fantastic.
I don't know if you could. I don't even know if it's right to tell a cult good evening. So I don't even know if I should.
Oh, a cult, yeah. I'm a little bit scared of the cult, so I'll say good evening.
Well, I will say, Shooting with Shane was on the Joe Monroe show last night. That's the guy I did an interview
I
with
didn't see that.
a few weeks ago, and he did very well done. Very well
Good.
done. It was good to have a couple of us up here on the Kentucky podcast. So
That's awesome. Well, guys, we'll move on a little bit. I don't know if Chris did his homework. I don't know if you did, I asked you or not.
you mean
Got
watch
a
that
chance, or did you remember
that clip?
video?
The clip? Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. What I'm talking about is AEW had a thing go on last Wednesday, an angle with the Elite and Tony Khan, and then of course Tony Khan got attacked by the Elite and Jack Perry and Okada, and give him the Meltzer driver. Some people call it TK driver. I always thought it was the Meltzer driver, but whatever. What did you first of all think of the clip, Marcus?
Okay, I guess. I mean, I kind of knew what was going to happen because you kind of give me a prelude to it.
Yeah.
Because anytime you see somebody raise some guy's head in victory, you know,
Yeah,
90% of the time where that's headed. So,
yeah.
But the whole offense punch him in the stomach, and that other guy, they attacked him.
Yeah. Did you get to see it, Chris?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm not the best person to ask about it because I'm not a big fan of the Young Bucks at all. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do with it. I think, and I don't know who, but just right off the top of my head because I don't watch a lot of AEW. But I think there would have been, if you wanted to do an angle like that with Khan, I think there's better people to do it with than the Bucks. I know the Bucks are supposed to be the VPs or whatever, so I understand that. But I don't know. I mean, I thought it was okay, but
I thought
it's going to be hard for. I'll be honest, it's going to be hard for me to give it real unless it was just great because I'm not real big fans of the Bucks.
I watch every week. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was solid. I thought it was good. I don't think Khan's an on-air guy, so I think he did the best he could.
I did think it was funny they showed up at the draft with a neck brace on.
I liked that he did that.
No, that's fine. But if you're going to show up with a neck brace on, at least like when you're walking, like move like something's wrong.
Yeah,
he has a neck brace on out there jumping around, running sprints like that never happens. Like it was cool that he had the neck brace on. It was trying to, sell the gimmick, but you have to sell it. And he had a neck brace on. It was just moving like that never happened.
Yeah, I think it's the start of a new storyline, and I'm interested in the storyline to see where it goes. I hope it pays off. Some of their storylines have had trouble paying off. But they've had some injury problems, had some issues. So hopefully this does pay off. Like I said, I think Kenny Omega's coming back. I think he's going to get attacked and he's going to be a good guy. And
Warren says that he thinks it's a start to a new storyline.
Yep.
Well, and I hope it is, and hopefully it's a storyline that they'll stick to, and
it works.
Because I think to me personally, I think that's what they're missing.
Yep. Now the other side of this, the next day, Tony Khan was on with the NFL Network, and he says that the AEW is like the Pepsi of the wrestling industry, and the WWE is like the Harvey Weinstein of the wrestling industry. I think that's dumb. I think here you are on the NFL Network, and you're mentioning the WWE. I don't see how that's helping you. I don't. I'd like to see Warren's opinion on that.
Glenn said, I'm kidding about that. I said it was better than Austin Stunning McMahon in the Garden.
A stunner-like move.
Warren says Omega is getting taken out this Wednesday. Justin Danger said crap.
Yeah, I don't see how that helps you mentioning the WWE. And I don't see how that keeps helping you. I don't understand.
Caldex says their question is how Omega going to react to all this, jumping him out of the Elite? Who knows? Robert Allen, if AEW does this right, it could grow their brand. They screw it up and they're done.
It's possible. I don't think they'll be done. Well, unless they lose a TV deal.
And Warren says TK just needs to stop. He needs to go away and be the money guy.
Yeah, I don't disagree with
I've
that.
heard that from a lot of people.
And then he says that Omega is needing more time off for his surgery.
Yeah, he's supposedly going to need surgery on that diverticulitis. So this may be a way to do that. But the injuries are killing him. I mean, they've had so many injuries, it's really hurt him. But we'll see where that goes.
I know Brock Lesnar had to have surgery because that
diverticulitis.
And he was out for a while.
Yes, he was. I agree with Justin Danger. Says saying another company's name is giving them a thought to check it out. I agree with that 100%. I wanted to ask you guys a question on independent wrestling here.
Did Justin Danger keep his title this weekend?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he wrestled Bobo Brazil Jr. and Cold X pulled Bo out of the ring, and Damien DeVille come out, and all hell broke loose. But yeah, Justin Danger kept his belt but lost to DQ.
Have you seen the pictures of his suit? He came out for a celebration.
Yeah, that's how he fired the crowd up. He come out at the beginning.
Oh, that red suit.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I did see the suit. I loved it. I did see that. But
outstanding.
I didn't know it was for a celebration. I just saw the pictures. I hadn't had the results or nothing. So.
Well, it was funny because he came out with them streamers. He goes, "I'm champion of the world."
This is something else I want to add to my funeral. Justin, I want you to come to my funeral, and I want you to wear that suit because my wife want to know what the hell's going on. I want Justin
too.
But when I pass away, Justin, we got elaborate plans. I want you to show up with that suit.
Chris, I did see the pictures of the suit. The suit was sweet. I will give him that.
I love it.
But I hadn't seen the results, and I couldn't remember what Marcus had said earlier.
Yeah, the suit was outstanding.
He's had a lot of compliments on the suit.
Justin said he'd be there. He got another confirmation for my funeral. Marcus, I want you there to take pictures. Not that I'm gonna see him or anything, but
why me and Chris are commentating it. So
yeah. I guess you could lie to me and say you're gonna do it, and not show up. It ain't like I'm gonna know.
If we don't show up, you're not gonna fire us.
Yeah. Yeah, I did fire somebody this week, but I can't talk about that. That was Sunday. I fired somebody.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you forgot you fired somebody yesterday.
Yes, I did.
Justin said he'll be there.
Yep, he said that.
He'll be there.
I did want to ask a question about independent wrestling. Do you think championship titles are important? And if so, why? Yes or no, and why?
He said, just so you know, I'll be dancing for having Bobo chop me.
Hey, he did chop
Bobo
him.
can come to my funeral too. I don't care. I like to have a living legend there.
Danger did chop Bobo and looked at me and says, "That's for you." And about that time, he pointed at me and says, "That's for you, Marcus." And about that time, Bobo flipped him around and smacked him. I said, "Yeah, and that's for Tony," because I did commentary.
Yeah.
So I was throwing that out there, but yeah, he got his chops in. Okay, back to champions. Was that your question?
Let's go to that real quick. How did the commentary go, Marcus?
It went very well. I
asked you, how did the commentary go real quick?
Yeah, it went very well. The guy I commentated with, I guess, was a wrestler from 12 years ago. He hadn't done it for a while. And Hall come over and said, "I'd like you to commentate." They asked me if that was all right. And it's like, well, it's your company. As long as they can, we can work together. And we talked and we got to laughing because I said, "Well, you know the sport, right?" He goes, "Oh, yeah." And then he rambled off this big resume. I said, "Okay, you'll work." He says, "Now I want you to know I'm very comedic."
I don't know if that's for him.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So the guy asked me, he says, "Well, we figured out, we'll work together." He says, "No, I'm more of a comedy type guy." I says, "Well, do you know the moves?" He goes, "No, not that much." I go, "Well, we'll work out fine because I'm a comedy guy and I don't know the moves all that well either." So I says, "That's why I have Chris." And Chris ain't here. So yeah, it went very well. Yeah. We were, I don't know how to put this. I don't know that they'll see it, but we got to talking about rodents. And
Yes.
you know where I'm going with this.
I know where you go with it. I think
I explained to him that story. And then he kind of threw it in the commentary, and I got to laugh, and I go, "We've got it. We've got it." So yeah, it went very well. And Justin Terrell said we did fantastic because he was listening to us the whole time, and it was an interesting experience because I wasn't used to. You guys wasn't there, but we did very well.
Good.
And that's on TikTok
was
somewhere.
awesome
The Justin Terrell show or Kid Dynamite show, I think is what it is.
We're on our way out now. Marcus is taking over.
He's taking over.
We're on our way out.
We got to give you a little shit.
I know, and
we got to give you a little bit.
With Christina had to leave because Cody got hurt. I was honorary bell ringer yesterday for the second half of the show.
He's doing it all now. He's bell ringer. He'll be booking matches here for too long. Alex, he'll probably throw Alex out FEW, do an FEW.
It will be FEW.
No, I think Alex is playing to FEW, but
Marcus Fine Wrestling Federation.
If you're going to take him by spot, take Reggie's spot.
Well, MFWF. We know who I'd rather have their spot.
Yeah.
But no, it was another opportunity. It was another opportunity, and thanks to G.W.R, it became, it helped. So,
yep. Hey, that's great, man. I'm glad we're all having fun.
We are having fun.
Marcus can book the EWF reunion show.
We had so many EWF guys in the building on Saturday.
Yep.
That picture was fantastic, and it would be great to see an EWF reunion because I was part of that. As my picture taking back in 2001. So, but yeah, there's so many EWF guys. It was just great.
Well, back to our in independent wrestling. I'm not talking about WWE and stuff like that. Our championships titles important? Yes or no, and why? Marcus, what do you think?
I think championships are important, but I'm thinking they're getting to the point of being oversaturated. If you get to certain federations and seems like there's more people who don't have a title than do have a title. I think the Dub does all right with what they're doing. AACW does what they're doing because they only got 3 in the tags. That works perfect. And before long, they'll have the ladies championship. But there's some of those I know if you go down south, and I'm not going to mention the group, everybody's got a title. And it's like, and I'm not even kidding you, when you got a dozen titles in one federation, that's ridiculous. Here you got the lightweight champion, the extra lightweight champion, you got the Cody referee champion, the referee champion, you got this champion. Oh, and I forgot to mention there was another title that made a debut. Cold X is in here. The Shooting with Shane heavyweight championship was awarded to Ricky Guns right after intermission on Saturday. So Ricky Guns is the new handed the belt to Shooting with Shane heavyweight champion.
So a fake title.
You want to hear a funny? You want to hear a funny on that one? I had Jake Elliott sitting next to me. Jake Elliott was sitting next to me. I go, about 2 years ago, there was another wrestler around here that had a title handed to him when they didn't win it. And you ought to see the look he gave me because he knew who I was talking about. So, but yeah, I think championships work, but don't have too many of them. I mean,
yeah,
because like I said, I've seen tons of them.
Yeah, I think they're important, but I do agree with what Marcus is saying. You can't have too many titles in one promotion. But one reason I do think they're important is because, and I'm gonna go back to PopCon for a second. You go to PopCon or a place like that, and you're putting on shows where it's not all normal wrestling fans. I think the titles really.
Nope,
of course, our internet's going to mess up.
Yeah, you froze up a little bit.
But like at PopCon when Zay came out with the title, a lot of those fans. This is the guy I need to watch. This guy. He's the champ. So I think that, and And then even with your normal wrestling fans, I mean, there's everybody smart enough to know that they are like what kind of like Grubb said, they are a prop, but also, I mean, it also shows in that promotion right now. I mean, who are the top guys? And for fans that maybe don't get to go to all the shows, that kind of gives first time going to the show, they know, okay, these must be kind of the top guys in this organization. I need to maybe pay a little more attention to them.
And I think even in independence, just like the pros, Marcus, if you agree with this, the title should go on the guys that earn them, the guys that's bringing in that's bringing in the people, or the guy that's been loyal, or there's all kinds of different reasons. But the people, the guys that should have the belts are the guys that can make connections with the fans, because that's the ones that are going to care about them.
I agree, and I'm sure
Justin. To me, that's just my opinion as a fan.
Well, and I'm sure Justin will agree with this. Johnny Crisis won that title Saturday, and he deserved every bit of winning that title Saturday.
Oh yeah,
because he's busted his ass.
I've seen him many years ago.
Years, and Justin Danger, another one, busted his ass for years. He should have a title on him. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think some federations get a little carried away. And I'm not naming any of them, but I've seen sometimes they get carried away with too many title changes. They think the fans want to see changes. They think that if they go to a show and there's no title changes, the shows don't. And I've seen that on the internet about WWE or AEW. Well, there was no titles changed, so the pay-per-view sucked. Why does the title have to change? I mean, don't change titles for the sake of changing titles. Make it mean something. Everything should mean something.
It should fit in your story.
Yeah, it should fit in your story. Well, and I know things can happen. Somebody can get hurt.
And I've heard that at shows that I've been at, and I'm not going to name names, but I think you know who I'm going to talk about. But there's people that think, okay, again, no titles changed. Why do we even come tonight? It's like, is it about title changes?
Yeah. No.
It's like it
should be about
storyline wrestling, and it's like that's what happened.
And I know Chris and me and Marcus and as fans that go to independent shows, we may be in the minority. A lot of people go to see the moves, whether we like it or not. I mean, there's fans there that just want to see moves.
Well, I'll mention two matches, Heidel Hides and Congo Kong, big guys. They don't do that jumpy, flippy stuff. And it was a damn good match. Yesterday, Brandon Day and Elgin, they don't do that jumpy stuff. And it was a damn good match because they both knew how to tell the story.
Well, the thing that I was impressed with this weekend, and I think Chris can back me up, David Light is changing his style. You've seen David Light. He can high fly. He's doing a lot of ground wrestling and submissions now. So he's changing his style. I mean, and that's good. I mean, be able to do everything. I got to see Brody Botkins, one of the best big guys out there, take on Cecil Cerveza, and half the match was a comedy match. But you talk about being entertained and loving the match. I did. Again, the highlight reel had that match. It was counters, but there was a lot of high flying stuff, but they know each other so well. It was just counter after counter after counter. And I absolutely loved it. And so it's I think having a mix of wrestling helps your shows. Mm-hmm. Something for everybody, and having some decent stories. And like I said, I understand on the titles sometimes. Sometimes you get guys get hurt. You have no choice but to change titles.
Justin Danger said, "Don't look for a title change in his match because he's not losing it.
He's the forever champ. you should change the name of that belt to the forever champ."
Alex Bolt said, "Danger is the forever champ."
Oh, see, Alex, that got you. But yesterday during the tag team match at FPW, that was more comedy. It took them 10 minutes before they actually started wrestling. But it was a good, funny storyline. It had the crowd laughing, and of course, Cooter was in it, so that might help you. But
and I like them. I mean, I like moves too, but you can do all the moves, but if there's not a story, the moves don't mean as much, and not just a story, selling. That's what bothers me more watching a match than a lot is you can do all the moves, but if you're doing great moves and the guy you're working with isn't selling, they don't mean it don't work.
Work the crowd, heel or face. Work the crowd, make them a part of it. that make him want to be there.
You know, that's what Justin Danger did to open the show Saturday. Went out there and started bad-mouthing all them guys out there, all them people, and had people ready to fight him, and we hadn't even did the first match yet. So,
yeah, we heard about that.
You should make a hot dog championship. Just have a belt made with a big old hot dog, and have a hot dog championship. That'd be awesome.
What about the homeless guy off the street? What is the hot dog?
that was funny.
Oh, wait a minute. We got Jeremy Hadley in here.
Oh, Hadley's in there?
Yeah, Glenn had asked about where the Taylor Swift autograph line was, and Hadley said he don't deserve to know that. She doesn't want to give you her autograph.
Well, I know they'd asked for an autograph from Hadley, and Hadley called him a creep and stay away from him. So that was on Facebook yesterday, and I was cracking up in the car. Okay,
then,
guys.
Robert Allen said the Move Makers and Cornfield Mafia last night at FEW was mostly comedy based, and it was hilarious. It made the match fun.
It was pretty funny.
You need that, man. There's a place for that in wrestling. There really is. I bet you Hadley sold it to the moon too. Okay, guys, I got a quick bracket here to go through. Most controversial pro wrestling matches. Number 1 is the Montreal Screwjob against number 16. Larry Zbyszko turns on Bruno Sammartino and breaks his neck.
Who made this list?
This is my top 10s.
And what's the categories?
Most controversial pro wrestling matches. Number 1 was the Montreal Screwjob, and number 7, Zbyszko turns on Bruno Sammartino and breaks his neck. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna say the Screwjob.
Montreal, because the other one was a storyline. That wasn't controversial. That was just. Well, where did they come up with that one?
Well, at that time, Marcus, if you remember, them New York fans about rioted that place because Bruno was so loved.
Yeah,
but like you said, it was a storyline.
Yeah, but the screw job was a screw job. That was must have had a bunch of old school guys. No doubt. Remember that.
Okay, next up, number 2 against number 15. Number 2 is Mick Foley thrown off the Hell in a Cell against number 15. Vince hires Eric Bischoff.
What is it?
This is the most shocking moments.
Oh, most shocking. Okay.
Most shocking moments in pro wrestling.
Okay, I think you said controversial. I'm thinking, okay, well, that changes a whole different. Okay, that makes it a little more sense. It's like.
I did. I messed up. It's most shocking moments in pro wrestling history.
Probably Mick Foley, because that had never been done before.
So number 2, Mick Foley threw off the against number Vince hires Eric. Now Vince hiring Bischoff was a shock.
Yeah, but it was kind of seen.
I never thought that would happen.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna go with Mick.
I'm gonna go with Mick.
Okay.
Let's see. We have 1 Vince fires Bischoff, and the rest of them are Foley's.
Next up, number 3 against number 14. Number 3, Hogan turns heel at Bash in the Beach against 14. Brian Pillman and Stone Cold on Raw when the gun was pulled out.
You got to go with the
gun. That was controversial.
Oh, yeah, because they had people call the police department. So
both were shocking. I mean, which was more shocking?
I'm gonna go with the gun angle.
Hogan more shocking? What was the gun? It looks like everybody's going with.
Everybody's going Stone Cold and Pillman.
Yep, they agree with you.
I lost that one, didn't I?
That's a tough one because That's a tough one because Hogan turning heel was
huge.
Fantastic stuff.
Okay, next up, 4. Gotta find 4. 4 against 13. 4 is Brock Lesnar. Suplexes the Big Show through the ring, or the ring breaks. Number 13 is Edge. Spears Mick Foley through a flaming table. Most shocking moments in pro wrestling.
I'm gonna go with Lesnar suplexing
because
Big Show in the
Mick going
ring
through the
breaker.
tables, Mick being set on fire has happened many times. That ring collapsing was another story.
I had never seen it before. It's been done since, of course, but
Nope, froze up again.
I agree with the Lesnar.
And everybody in the comment section is saying Lesnar.
Okay, next up, 5, 12. Number 5. This was controversial, baby. Raven crucifies the Sandman in ECW against number 12. The Shockmaster debuts in WCW in 8/18/1993.
Let me ask you this: do you have to go with the Shockmaster just because it's supposed to be the most shocking moments?
It was the funniest moment. You got to go with Raven.
You got to go with
Because
Raven because they almost lost. They almost lost Kurt Angle totally because of that.
Yes, well, he did for ECW, yeah.
It's Raven. Everybody, we got one Shockmaster.
Next up, we have number 6 versus 11. 6 is the Big Show throws Cena into the spotlight. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty crazy. Against number 11, CM Punk pipe bomb.
Yeah, I'll go Punk.
I'm gonna go Punk.
Punk. I'd like that spotlight gimmick that they did, but I think the pipe bomb too.
Everybody in the comment sections on pipe bomb. This has been so far. This has been one of the, pretty much everybody agreed. It don't happen too often.
Well, we did have true, but we did have a 12-5. So everybody been agreeing. Next up, 8 versus 9. No, take that back. Next is 7 versus 10. 7 versus 10 is Ivan Koloff ends Bruno Sammartino's 7-year title reign. Against number 10, Stone Cold gives Vince the stunner on Raw 9/22/1997.
Clint brought that up earlier. Well, I'll tell you
that was controversial when nobody thought Koloff would end his streak.
Well, and it was only in like 30 seconds too. It was very brief.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Ivan because I've watched that video 100 times. What little of that is out there. Yeah, those fans are ready to storm the ring.
But it was shocking that Stone Cold stunned Vince too. Oh, I don't know.
I'm so gonna go Ivan.
I'm really torn on this one. We've got 2 Brunos and a Stone Cold. Chris, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna say Stone Cold.
Oh, thanks a lot.
There's another Bruno.
So and if I say Stone Cold, I'm gonna say Stone Cold. We're tied. Next one's gonna get the vote.
No, we're not. We're not tied.
We're not?
No, because Marcus said Bruno.
Okay. Bruno. Okay, so, Bruno's got it.
Well, now we're tied because Cold X just joined in with the Austin.
Yeah, Cold X ruins everything. Okay, we're tied again. Next vote.
Did Kelly vote?
Yes, she said Bruno.
So next vote is going to decide it here. Somebody vote for me out here, and not the same person. Bruno, got it. Warren Misery. Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Warren.
Next,
hey, we got another Austin.
Alex, screw you. You ain't. There's late vote. I ain't accepted.
Come on, Alex, wake up, buddy.
8 versus 9. 8. Brock Lesnar defeats The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The streak. 9. Andre turns on Hogan.
Andre turns on Hogan. Well, I don't know because that other one was pretty shocking too.
This is a pretty good list.
I'm going to have to go Brock because we kind of seen the Andre thing coming because they built that storyline for 3 weeks. We kind of seen it was coming.
Yep. I think the streak too.
No finger poke of doom?
It's no finger poke of doom. I think that was too horrible. Okay, guys.
That's a horrible list.
We got number 1 versus 8. This is going to be good. Screwjob versus the streak. Which shocked you more? But it was shocking. I mean, because at the time that when he lost the match, we knew something was going on. It was more after the match was over when we found out all the.
Yeah, I'm gonna go streak.
What do you think, Chris? Screwjob or streak? Which was more the most shocking moments in pro wrestling? Which was most shocking to you? I think the streak, man. I didn't think there was any way Undertaker was ever going to lose that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the streak.
Well, it looks like we got 4 or 5 streaks already, so we'll go streak. And that was a number 8 beating a 1. Next up, number 4 versus.
Alex voted twice that time. He's making sure he was getting it in there.
Next, we have Lesnar versus the Lesnar. Let me see which Lesnar one it is here.
Through the ring, isn't it?
Yeah, Lesnar through the ring against Raven, crucifying Dreamer. I think to me was the crucify thing with Raven.
Depends on how you look at that. That happened in ECW. They did off the walls crap all the time. That went a little far, but actually having the ring collapse, I'm gonna have to go Brock.
I don't think it's gonna make any difference.
Did I lose? Did I lose?
It's all Ravens.
Okay. I said they didn't look at it the way I did. That will take a Justin Danger attitude.
Yeah, everybody in the comment section is saying fucking Raven.
Next up,
God.
Next up, Foley getting thrown off the ring against the Bruno thing with Bruno and Ivan.
I'm gonna say Foley.
Yeah, I am too.
I think Foley also, guys. Because I remember watching that live, and I still watch it. I still can't believe it. Okay, next up, we'll have our final 4.
They're not talking about Ivan, but they are still talking about Mick Foley in the Hell in the Cell. So
yeah, definitely. Next up, Stone Cold and Pillman and the gun and the pipe bomb. The Punk.
Whew.
For me personally, it was Stone Cold and Pillman for me.
Well, it had to be. That's what I'm going to go to because they actually had people calling the police, the local police, because of that. You stirred up that town.
But pipe bomb was big. I understand.
That was big.
It's gonna be Stone Cold and Pillman.
Looks that way.
What did Cold X vote on? Because I know how one of them feel about that.
Oh, they voted Pillman.
Oh, did he really? That surprises me.
Well, we got our final 4 guys. The streak, and against the Raven and Crucifixion. See who goes to the finals. What do you guys think?
I think I'm gonna go with the streak.
I think the streak was more shocking to me.
Yeah, I do too. Now, if that crucifixion thing happened in the NWA,
we got 2 Ravens. No, we got 1 Raven. Raven, streak, Ravens. What'd you go, Chris?
Streak.
Me, you, and Marcus all went streak. That's 4 streaks. But we've got 1 Raven, 2 Raven, 3 Raven, 4, 5 Ravens. Right now, it looks like Raven. Yep. It's going to be Raven, guys. We got outvoted. Hey, just so you know, Marcus, the deciding vote was Kelly.
Thank you.
She took Raven. Next up is Foley off the cage against Stone Cold and Pillman.
She just acknowledged. She just got it. Her feed's a little further. Okay, so we're down to the finals.
Well, we got this one here, and it'll be down to the finals. Raven's already made it to the finals. They'll either be taking on Foley or Stone Cold and Pillman.
I'm still have to go Stone Cold and Pillman.
It's gonna be it ain't gonna matter what me. I was gonna say Foley, but it's not gonna matter because there's only one other Foley. Everybody else is saying Pillman.
This is pretty interesting, guys. 'Cause I think it's been a pretty good list, but we have Raven, the storyline, and it was on their list was number 5, and they're going to be taking on number 14 on the list, Brian Pillman and Stone Cold. So which shocked you more?
Stone Cold.
Justin Day tie.
Yeah, it's hard to pick that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Stone Cold and Pillman at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make any difference. Stone Cold and Pillman, guys. And they were number 14 on the list. I think it was a pretty good list.
Mm-hmm. After we figured out what we're voting on.
Well,
I got 2 different things wrote down.
That's why you messed up.
Yeah, I had 2 different things wrote
On
down.
the bracket. There you go. Controversial. Now
Yeah, I had 2 things wrote down. I'm a good. That was a pretty good list. Thanks for everybody that helping out on that. Well, guys, I think it was a show. Warren, while you're still on here, I want to see if you want to come on the show next Monday. We'll do some questions and stuff like we've done in the past. I know Austin's going to come on with us.
You sure?
Yeah, I already talked to him. Yep. So he's going to be on. So get out here and watch me some Monday Night Raw. Hopefully it's a good show. And I'm going to watch the Reds.
Next week we'll do our top 5s for the month of April.
Yep.
And don't forget tomorrow.
I already got mine done. Yes. Huge interview with TJ Powers. I told Marcus, I told Chris earlier today, this is probably going to be more than one part.
I'm sure, because he's old
Might
school
be
bruiser days. We've got a bruiser guy.
I thought you were just
going
to say no. Marcus, I thought you were just going to say I thought you were just going to say he's old. That's all you was going to say. I didn't know you were going to say old school.
Bruiser days. He worked for and with Bruiser. He's got stories.
Yeah, WCW, WWF.
I didn't realize until this weekend that he's the only, he's only bruiser guy that's still working.
Yeah, because Quicksilver comes out every so often, but he don't work. And if you can go Greg Lake, he's a referee, but to actually be a wrestler, yeah, TJ's the only one still doing it. Because Scott Romer's out there too, but he don't work, so. He froze up on us. There you go.
All right, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button.
That's at 7 tomorrow, TJ Powers.
Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like he just said, check out the interview tomorrow, 7 o'clock with superstar TJ Powers. Should be an interesting conversation.
Check out Marcus on TikTok. TikTok guy now.
Other than Kid Dynamite show.
Yeah.
We'll be getting I forget what the fuck I was going to say now. We get the PopCon shows up here real soon, so keep an eye out for them on our YouTube page. But we appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you guys next week. See if I can get the right video.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this